follow me. Deal with trauma privately. I don't wanna be a burden, I handle things defiantly. Spent a decade searching for a higher power guiding me. Figured out that faith is not up there, that it's inside of me. Act with execution, what's a plan with zero action? Faced with bad habits, knowing it's a magnet to my imbalance. I'm somewhere between confidence and arrogance. The middle ground is treacherous, I work on getting out of it. Pops is looking down, I feel him every time the sun shine. Back to being unsigned, I only got my bloodline. With me going forward, smoking cookie till we dumb high. I heard you taking shots, we pulled up on them, they was gun shy. 2 p.m. in Rome, we at the chapel eating sun-dried tomatoes and a plum wine. Life been like a movie, I don't know how long the run time. Hope it's an extended cut, but when I die, I load my consciousness onto a thumb drive. And upload it to the masses when I'm past. All my sets is holographic, life's as real as you imagine. My Jewish girl was tight, cause I ain't link on the Sabbath. But it's Friday and I got a few robins I need a bask in. Playing traffic, if you wanna play the faction. We don't act, we getting active, stacking cash and dodging taxes. My father was a Catholic, never taught me how to practice. But with music, I'm a Baptist. Chris and all these fucking tracks, I bless these raps with.
Standing in the middle of the marsh, both sides caving on the drive. Praying to my pops and the gods, God, please help me out. Can you spare me for once? Hey, yeah. Can you spare me for once? Hey, I ain't asking for much. No.
We watch history. We make history. And one day we become it. Drop some buckets and then we kick the bucket. Just trying to reach the peak before I finally plummet.
And the gods, God, please help me out. Can you spare me for once? Hey, yeah. Can you spare me for once? Hey, I ain't asking for much.
Look, baby, I'm way too high to be worried about what a nigga say about me. I'm way too fly to be coming down, dishing out game for the free. I'm way too fly not to go and run the numbers up and hit them with a fee. You way too dry to be hitting on the dripping nigga who they wanna be. I'm right up my partners, I'm too activated now. They know that I'm popping, I ain't had to say it now. I've been out here living, let them actors play around. She gon' let me rub it, flip it, smack it, lay it down. Big racks on the line, fuck beefing with a bum. Yapping on the gram, he ain't eating on the crumb. Fucking with a stepper, baby, you know how to play it. I don't speak a lot, but I just mean it when I say it. You are not a threat, I got the game face on. Even though you greet me with your stank face on. Nigga quit the capping with your gangbang song. You ain't never hit the block and take place on. Moving with the mission, had to cancel out the clutter. Quarantine clean, two-stepping in the gutter. Throw them foes up for the #1 stunner. Hit the low side, had to tap in with the brothers. I'm way too high to be worried about what a nigga say about me. I'm way too fly to be coming down, dishing out game for the free. I'm way too fly not to go and run the numbers up and hit them with a fee. You way too dry to be hating on that drippin' nigga who they wanna be. I'm ran up my niggas, I be Diddy poppin' now. Here for the week, I got the city poppin' now. We done heard it all, tell them they ain't saying nothing. You can't put the money down, we ain't even coming. Phone line jumping, going gold from the couch. Got a toe touching, put a fold in your spouse. I ain't stressing nothing, ho, you know what I'm about. Nappy headed nigga with the gold in the mouth. Headed to the crib, made a stop for the goose. Beat it from the bike, tryna knock something loose. Hit it from the side, rap game, right hook. Niggas talk bigger than they real life look. Player of the year, ho, I'm really in the field. With the gang, talking about the dividend, yeah. Say they wanna work, getting smacked with the fees. Sliding through the side with the max in the G. I'm way too high to be worried about what a nigga say about me. I'm way too fly to be coming down, dishing out game for the free. I'm way too fine not to go and run the numbers up and hit them with a fee. You way too dry to be hating on the dripping nigga who they wanna be. I'm way too.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your guy, Big Dog Bark, and I would like to welcome y'all back to Attraction Economics. My bad. Y'all have to forgive me. I'm not feeling too good today. So y'all have to forgive me if I sound a little crazy or whatever the case may be. But I would like to welcome y'all back to Attraction Economics. This is what we do over here. What we do is we break down the power, the leverage, the dynamics of the economics of attraction, attention, of power. You feel what I'm saying? This is what we do over here. We break this down, the supply and demand of what it is right now. And today's title is Why Options Make You Colder, Not Happier. I'm going to say that again. Why options make you colder, make you more cold-hearted, not happier. So before I get into tonight's conversation, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, as y'all in the building, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to donate, the cash app floating around there somewhere, $ Big Dog Barking 2132. You know what I'm saying? Hit that joint up if you feel like it. I would appreciate it. If you don't hit that joint up, guess what? I'm gonna keep doing this junk. I'm gonna keep doing this show. You'll never catch me stopping the show because my cash app ain't getting hit. You will never catch me stopping the show if folks don't hit the like button. I talk shit. I'm pretty good at it. So again, like I said, over here at Attraction Economics, we break down the supply and demand of attraction across all playing fields, personal and professional, business, dating, social media, influence, everything. All of it revolves around attraction in some shape, form, or fashion. All of it. And the reason I'm not on camera tonight, I had went to the eye doctor today. They had to do a little put little injections in my eyeballs, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm getting a little older, you know what I'm saying? Vision ain't what it used to be, as y'all can see the glasses and shit like this, but it's cool, you know what I'm saying? I take my age with grace. You ain't gonna catch me dyeing my beard or trying to relive my 20s and all that right there, talking about things I used to do in my 20s, you know, still trying to relive my childhood memories. Now I'm a granddad in that. So, you know, but yeah, so that's another reason I'm not on camera. My eyeballs are still recuperating. But I did want to give y'all a show, you know what I'm saying? You know, I do want to give y'all a show for those that do come support, do show up. I do want to give y'all a show. Give y'all something to listen to, you know what I'm saying? Something to take with you for the rest of the night, leading into the morning. But again, like I said, today's title is Why Options Are Making You More Colder, Not Happier. So I'm gonna tell y'all something that y'all may or may not want to hear. And it's gonna make you feel some type of way. Might make you feel uncomfortable. I don't know. But I'm gonna say it anyway. More options do not make you happier. More options do not make you happier. They make you colder. More options don't make you happy, they make you colder. More detached from people, more cautious around people, more replaceable. So basically, y'all don't want to be attached to nobody because of options. You don't want to be you don't want to be in somebody's vicinity. You don't want to be booed up. You don't want to be cuffed or none of that shit right there. You want to be away from. You want to be on. You want to be on somebody's time when you want to be on somebody's time. And if you ain't on their time, you can move along. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You're cautious around people. And like I said before, and I keep saying is like I don't I'm not in a gender war with nobody. I'm even though I'm a man, I don't 100% ride with men because they be wrong. I be wrong. And I don't ride with the women because I'm not a woman, but y'all be wrong too. So I'm on the side of psychology. Like I said, I'm on the side of economics. I'm on the side of supply and demand. And it always works the same way on both sides. That's whose side I'm on. I'm on the supply and demand side. I'm on business side. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, either was on the last live or the live before that. If I have to pick and say who running the market, I'm always gonna say the women run the market for the simple fact. In any given time, a woman can still do what she do. She can act the way she act and still get a nigga. I'm always gonna say that shit. She can have the worst behavior in the world. She can have the best behavior in the world. She can have 0 bodies. She can have 100 bodies, and she still gonna get a nigga. And she still gonna get some bread out of said niggas. It is what it is. Because niggas can't walk away from females. Niggas ain't got no options and niggas ain't got no standards. There, I said it. Take it how you want to take it. I said it. Run with it. Do what you do with it. You don't give a damn. But that's the truth. But yeah, you get more detached from people because you got options. You're more cautious around people because you got options. Excuse me. And also, people are more replaceable because you got options. And the worst part about all this right here, you think, Shawty over there, my guy, y'all think y'all actually free. Y'all actually think y'all got freedom because y'all got more options. Well, I'm gonna break it down to y'all, and y'all can feel how y'all want to feel. By the end of the show, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but I'm just gonna break it down the best way I can. Like I said, this is business. It ain't personal. It's economics. It's not emotional. This ain't morals. This ain't logic. This ain't what it should be. It is what it is according to society. This ain't me patting somebody on the back or me spanking somebody on the ass and telling them everything gonna be all right. It's the nigga fault. It's the female fault. No. It's straight supply and demand. Straight business. Straight attraction economy, attention economy, behavior economy, power dynamics, social dynamics. This is what we do over here. I don't have time to be chasing behind content creators for 3-4 weeks, talking about what the hell they doing, and you can't talk about kids when you talk about kids, and I have no time for that. That don't interest me. I watch. Don't get it wrong, I do watch, but for me to sit here and try to cash in own it like everybody else, I'm a leader, not a follower. I'd rather go against what everybody else doing and do my own thing. I like swimming in my own pool. You know what I'm saying? I like doing strokes in my own pool. You feel what I'm saying? Where I ain't gotta deal with somebody pissing in my pool. I ain't got to deal with nobody floating around in my pool, scared to go to the deep end of my pool. I can enjoy my clean water. You feel what I'm saying? I got it to myself. I can dip my toe in the water. I can dive in the water when I feel like, and I ain't got to worry about a lot of mess and shit like that. But I know it won't be blue forever. And it's cool. I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts. It's cool. I enjoy it while it lasts. But until y'all, till motherfuckers start coming over here, want to come swim in my pool, and I'm going to be by myself doing what I do and then enjoy what I do. So anyway, y'all really think y'all free. But this is the thing. We are living in an era where options are lucrative. It's an abundance of options on both sides of the fence. Men and women got options. Now, I don't know why they say men don't have options. I don't know. I'm always going to say that men got options. They just don't like their options because the options they got, their partners ain't going to, check off on. You know what I'm saying? But she might be too dark, might be too big, might have a child or two, So you say you ain't got no option because your friends ain't going to give you the stamp of approval, even though that chick might make you feel good. And women, they have all the options. Like I just said, they can stop. They can stop what they're doing. They can continue what they're doing, and they gonna always have some nigga chasing behind them. They gonna always be able to have a roster or be on somebody's roster. That's one thing I know for sure. Is a woman can always be on somebody's roster and can always have a roster if she want one. I know that for a fact. So again, we are living in an era where both sides have options, more options than they ever had in life. You can go on any dating app, even if I don't know if y'all still using them or not, but you can go on any dating app and you can swipe till your heart's content. It's women on there. It's men on there. Options. You feel what I'm saying? Unlimited content. IG, X, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Unlimited content. You gonna always find what you want. You ain't even gotta get a streaming service no more. All you gotta do is go on social media. You can watch what you want to watch. Even if you do got Netflix and Peacock. I just looked at my bank account not too long ago, man. I'm paying for everybody. Peacock, Netflix, YouTube TV, Apple TV. Well, I got everybody on. I'm paying for everybody shit. I'm glad to be free, but I'm paying for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you got unlimited dating apps. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, what you want, and just like with the adult industry, whatever you're looking for, you probably can find it on a dating app. Unlimited content, social media, streaming is unlimited. You can find what you want to watch. You can unlimited career paths. Well, until AI take over fully, automation. You know what I'm saying? I know Nike laid out 775 jobs in Memphis, Memphis and Mississippi, but most of them was in Memphis. And they just laid off 775 people. Amazon laid off another 16,000. UPS laid off 300,000. So automation gonna take over. So it's only gonna be so many jobs left for you could just say, I'm gonna quit this job and go to another job. So that might be a little bit of a feel, but a little bit of a lie. But for right now, you can actually quit the job and go get another job. But we are in a recession too, so I will be cautious while we in this recession. But you ain't hear from me. So unlimited day naps, unlimited content, endless career paths, and the constant access to something better. The grass always green over there. There's something better over there. It's something better on the other side of the track. It's something better in that part of the neighborhood. You have access to something better, a better person, a better place, a better thing, a better idea, a better job, a better TV show, a better food option, a better car, better. You have access to something quote unquote better. That's where we at in life. You have options. You have options. You have plenty of options. But tonight, I'm gonna break this down. Because again, just because you have options, just because you can pick and choose who you want to talk to, where you want to go to eat, what shoes you want to wear, what car you want, just because you have options, don't necessarily mean you're happy. Let me see who's in the chat. If you still in there, let me see. What's going on? What's going on? How you doing? How you doing? My bad. So yeah. Just because you have multiple options at your disposal don't mean you're actually happy. I just want y'all to sit back and think about that for a minute. Just think about on a Friday night. Just on a Friday night, you fresh off work, you hungry. Just got your little check, bill and got paid, whatever the case may be, and you want to get something to eat. But you don't know what you want to eat. And you ride down a busy street where there's a lot of restaurants, fast food, sit down, whatever the case may be. And you have all these options at your disposal. You hungry, but you don't know what you want to eat. You might have the sushi bar. You might have a hamburger joint. You might have a steak spot, seafood spot, Jamaican food. You know what I'm saying? You have all these different options at your disposal. All the lights on. Everybody say, come on in. We close at 10. We close at 11 because it's Friday night. And you don't know which way to go. And you sitting up there in your car starving. And all these restaurants in your face. And you stuck because you don't know what you really want. You know you're hungry, but you don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. And you want to make a decision, but you don't want to make the wrong decision. You want to get something to eat, but you don't want to make the wrong decision because if you go into this restaurant and you order something off the menu and it don't hit, then you're going to feel some type of way like, well, I should have went over there. Why you didn't go over there in the first place? Why you didn't follow your first man? Why you want to go to the hibachi spot when you really want the seafood? You went to the hibachi spot, order something off the menu. They did their thing in your face, fire, put on a little show and shit like that. Put the shit in your motherfucking face, and now you get to eating on the hibachi and you don't want it. And the only thing on your mind, man, I should have went over there and got them damn crab legs. Why you ain't gonna get the crab legs at first? That is just a low level option problem that we have. That's just the low level option problem we have. But we gonna get into it tonight, all right? Because I ain't gonna be up here all day. I ain't gonna be up here all night. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got other things to do. And it cool, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, like, share, subscribe, hit them buttons, you know what I'm saying? And let's go. So, first of all, the human brain is wired for scarcity. The human brain is wired by scarcity. Excuse me. Limited partners, limited resources, limited chances. Shit. That goddamn ice cream. Ooh. So The human brain is wired by scarcity, and scarcity has trained human beings to invest. When you find something rare, you don't want to let that rareness go. You don't want to let what's rare go because it's going to be hard to find it. Now, one thing I've always said in my personal life is that if anything would have happened between me and my wife, and we're coming up on our 21st anniversary Saturday, February 7th, I've always said this is that if me and her was ever to split up, get a divorce, or whatever the case may be, it is what it is. And 9 times out of 10, it'd probably be my fault. I'm a problem child. So majority of the time, it'll probably be my fault that we got a divorce. And I always said that if me and her was ever to split, get a divorce, I'd probably get another female. I'll probably get another female. I wouldn't get another wife. I wouldn't get another wife. I've always said this shit. It's because, for one, I don't believe in that getting married 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Shit, I don't believe in that shit. One time only. I believe in that first and foremost. That's always been me. I said to myself, I would never find myself being married 30 times. I don't love, like, I love women, but I don't love them enough to give 30 women my last name. No. Never that. That's the first thing. And the second thing is this right here. I feel in my heart of hearts that I would never find another woman that's gonna be just as good or better than my wife. I just my belief. I would never find another woman that's just as good or better than my wife. Now, she might get on my nerve from time to time, and she been getting on my nerve for 20 some years. But I love her. And I believe I would never find another woman better than her or just as good as her. She rare. She rare to me. She's special to me. You know what I'm saying? She mean a lot to me. So if she didn't mean anything to me, I probably would be doing all type of dumbass shit to make her ass disappear. And it's well documented. I do dumbass shit. But if me and her was to get a divorce, I wouldn't get another wife. I wouldn't be trying to get married again. Because she's special. She's rare. She completes me. Crazy as it might sound, she completes me. Does that mean I need her? No, I don't need her. I want her. I love being around her. I love talking to her. I love being out with her. But as far as do I need her? I don't want her to go nowhere. But I'll manage without her. And that's not a slap in her face. That's not saying she's not valuable to me. That's just saying it's like, hey, if she go, she go. I don't want her to go, but I can't make her stay either. And if that's what she want to do, I'm not gonna fight it. But the human brain has been wired to keep what's rare around you, to invest in what means something. That is what the human brain has been wired to do. When you find that good job, when you find that job that meet up with your work-life balance, you don't want to lose that job. You found a good job that got that work-life balance you looking for, that pay you a decent salary, nice benefits, work-life balance how you want it. You ain't trying to get that job up. You're not trying to get that job up. You find a car that fits everything you want on your checklist for a car, and you finally got it in your face. You're not trying to give it up. All this is rare for all this shit to line up the way you want to line up, and it's right there in your face. And of course, you're going to invest in it. Why not? It's right there. Why would you not invest in something you always said you wanted? Why you won't invest in it? But see, with us having an abundance of options right now, it did something strange. It did something crazy. It did something dangerous. Excuse me. It shifted your brain from a bonding mode to a comparison mode. So with all the options we have at our disposal, we're not bonding with anybody no more. We're comparing people. We're comparing things. We're comparing ideas. And if something don't fit, we just push on. If something don't work, we'll push on. If they ain't gonna act right, we'll push on. Now, on one end, I believe that shit. I believe that if something don't work, move on to another end. But I also believe is that if the pros outweigh the cons, then you have to sit there and fight. I'm gonna say that again. I believe if something don't work, push on. That's one of my beliefs. If something don't work, push on. But if it's something where the pros outweigh the cons, then I have to sit back and think, is it worth me leaving the situation? Is it worth me leaving this person alone? If it's worth me leaving this job alone? Is it worth me moving on to another option? If the pros outweigh the cons. If the cons outweigh the pros, then go for what you know. If you want to sit there and deal with somebody or something that don't work, that's misaligned with you and shit like that, go right ahead. Be the dumbass. Sit there and bump your head up against the wall and acting like it's gonna work after you done bumped your head for the 100th time. But if it's more positive than negative, then you'll sit there and say, okay, they do all this good shit. They might do this little fuck shit. It's just a little fuck shit though. They do a lot of good shit. It's like an 85-15 split. You know, 85% good, 15% bad. Do I give that up to try to find a 90-10? A 95-5? Do I give that up to find a 95-5? Or do I deal with the 85-15? That's a question that we have to ask ourselves. And then a lot of people will sit there and say, because it ain't 100, I have to push on. Okay. Who am I to argue? I'm just gonna sit there and be honest with you. I'm being 100 with you. 85-15, you winning. Anything over what? If it's at 60-40, you winning. If it's 60-40, you winning. Now, anything below 60-40, I don't know. You might have to move on if it's less than 60-40. But 60-40, your way, you winning. Why would you leave? Why would you leave? Now, 60-40 ain't the best, but it's better than 50-50. You might want to start at 70-30 your way. You might get 70% of the shit you want out of somebody. If you can get 70%, all right, cool. 60 cool, 70 even better. But 70 cool. You know what I'm saying? So why? That's why we're not bonding. That's why we can't be in committed relationships. That's why we can leave cars on the side of the road. That's why we can do the thing we do and shit like that, because we ain't tied down to nothing. We ain't committed to nothing. We're detached. We ain't putting out everything into certain things and certain situations and shit like that, and we wondering why we having all these problems. And I'm telling you why we having problems. Excuse me. So we used to ask, does this person have any meaning to me? Does this thing have any meaning to me? Does any of this that I do right now, do any of the people I talk to, are they meaningful to me? We used to ask them questions. That would make our decisions. Like I said, how much does that person mean to you? How much does that object mean to you? How much does that idea mean to you? That job? How much do certain shit mean to you? We used to ask that question. Now we're asking the question, is it optional? Do I have to have it? Do I have to be there? Do I have to do it? Do I have to say it? It's always, do we have to? Is it optional? It ain't mandatory, it's optional. That's where we at now. So just imagine, we went from is it meaningful to is it optional? Is it meaningful or is it optional? That's crazy work, ain't it? We can actually look at somebody, and for one time we said that person means something to me. Now we're saying that person is an option. And when your brain believes replacement is easy, effort drops. You don't work that hard because people are replaceable. Things are replaceable. So you're like, if things don't work, I just replace it. Patience drops. You ain't got patience for nobody no more. You have no patience, no effort, and forgiveness drops. You don't want to forgive nobody. You ain't putting effort in it. You're not putting effort into people. You're not forgiving people. You're not patient with people. Because there's another option right around the corner. Again, people used to mean something to us. Now they're just options. And now that we have options, you don't even want to forgive nobody for something. You don't want to be patient with anybody. You don't want to work with anybody. You just go get another option. You'll just go get another option. And you can't get connected with anybody. You can't get deep with anybody. You keep scrolling. You keep scanning. You keep looking. You can't get connected to anybody because you're constantly looking for the bigger, better deal. You're constantly looking for the bigger, better option. You keep looking for the greener grass. That's why you can't deal with what you got in your face right now, because it's an option. It's not something that means anything to you anymore. It's an option. And at any given time, I can pick up and leave and go try to find a better option than what I got in my face, even if it's an 85-15 my way. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. Even at 85-15 your way, you will sit there and say, I can find 90-10. I don't have to deal with 85-15. I will deal with 90-10. Hey, can y'all keep that down, please? I'm doing my show. Yeah, here. He over. Now he knows what the damn with. I spent my motherfucking car and I'm trying to lay in the back. You told me what? To the dog. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, y'all had to excuse my wife and her baby sister. I don't know what they got going on. All I know is her youngest sister came over here to see my son. I guess to see my grandson or some shit like that. I don't know, but she was knocking on my bedroom window, and my wife got up and went to the door with the pistol in her hand. My wife got up, walked to the door with their fault in her hand. Should have blown somebody's ass out. Hey, man, look, bro, I be enjoying my life, man. Over here, I have fun over here. Oh, they keep me entertained, man. Anyway, oh, okay. Let me get back to the show. My bad. So anyway, options don't just give y'all a choice. Options just don't give people choices. You feel what I'm saying? Options give y'all emotional insurance policy. Y'all have to forgive me, man. That shit was funny. That shit be funny here. They be arguing over dumb shit. They be arguing over dumb shit. And by my wife being big sister, she better slap that. She came to know with the fault in her head. That's the second time that I know in the past year, past 12 months, that lady went to the door because somebody knocked it out window with their pistol in her head. I was like, man, you ain't gonna bust a great. Nah, she like that Mossberg. She like that Mossberg. You know, so it's just that she know I keep that pistol in my pocket. It's just sitting on my nightstand right now. So, but she like that Mossberg. That's her weapon of choice. She want to blow a nigga ass off with this shotgun. But nah, so, but yeah, I'm gonna get it right in a minute. Y'all, please forgive me. Oh, but yeah, options just don't give you a choice to give you a emotional insurance policy. Which means, excuse me, which means y'all don't commit fully. You don't commit fully to people because you don't want to close the door on somebody else. You don't want to close doors on other opportunities, on other people and shit like that. That's why you can't fully commit to somebody. You don't want to close one door. You don't want to regret choosing. Again, back to my food analogy. You pick one restaurant and then you regret going to that restaurant. You chose this restaurant, but you regret going to that restaurant because the food you ordered didn't taste right. Didn't hit like you wanted to hit. So you can't commit to somebody because you're scared if you close the door on one person, you're scared to close the door. You want to keep that door a little bit cracked just in case what you got going on in this relationship don't work. You can just run out the door. You hate picking because you don't want to pick wrong. And there could be something or someone better than the person or the thing you have in your face. That is what the emotional insurance policies do. They create this, I don't want to fully commit because there might be something better. I don't want to go all in. I don't want to put all my chips in the middle of the table because there might be a better option than this option. And with all this thinking, like I'm be with this person, but I don't want to leave the door closed just because I might meet somebody else. All this posturing and shit is they hedging their bets. They hedging their bets. So when they hedging their bets, they put in a half-hearted effort with this person. Yeah, we cool and all, we cool and all. It ain't nothing serious, but we good. But it ain't serious, you know what I'm saying? Somebody come snatch me if they want me. You know what I'm saying? They ain't, I ain't really that dedicated to the situation. So if you want to come get me, you can come get me. That type of shit. At work. You're loyal at work due to the situation. Whatever benefits you at the job, you're loyal to that situation. You're not committed to this job. You're committed to the situation the job provides you. You're loyal to the situation the job provides you. You're not ready to get up and come to work on time and do your 8, 12 hours, whatever shift you working because you really want to be at work. No, you're only doing that shit because of the setup. And if you didn't got it set up how you want to set up, you always got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Man, this job kiss my ass. Be late to work. They lucky I came. Ready to go home early. Shit, we slow. Might well let me go home early. Having something to say back and forth with the boss or whatever the case may be. They can go and fire me. And then when you get your motherfucking check, first thing you do, like, damn, my hour was short. My check was short. Ain't no motherfucker got bills to pay. But the whole time between checks, you bitching and moaning and complaining, talking about this, that, and the third. Talking about this, that, and the third. They can fire you. You want to come late. You want to leave early. You want to half-ass do your work. Then when you get your check, when you look at your whatever bank you're banking with, you look at your account and your deposit, and you see that motherfucker little shout. Now you want to talk about your money's funny. But you forgetting about all the shit you did in between deposits. And all the shit you was saying in between deposits. But the only reason you come to work really because it's of a setup that's at work. That's the only reason you come to work because you got to situate how you want to be situated at the job. You got to situate how you want to be situated at the job. And low risk conversations. And what's funny about that is it's a low risk, but you want a high reward. You tiptoeing around the water. You tiptoeing around the slot machine. You're playing. But you want that jackpot though. You don't want to go all in and really play the game. You just want to do just enough to get the payout. And if you ain't getting the payout, then you pretty much like, well, I ain't give a fuck no way. I was just trying to get paid anyway. I wasn't trying to play that much. I was just trying to play the little funk ass $20 just so I can get the jackpot. I really wasn't playing for real. Y'all know these conversations. Don't act like y'all ain't never heard these conversations before. Don't act like y'all ain't had these conversations before. Like y'all ain't never said this shit before. I done said some of this shit before. I'm no different than y'all. One thing about me is that I'm just like y'all. The things I tell y'all is from years of doing this shit and learning from the shit. That's what this shit really is me actually for 46 years. Then been in the mud. Then been in the dirt. Actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. This ain't nothing that I done picked up off a trending topic or nothing like this. I've been jumped off the porch a long time ago. The only difference about me and some of these guys is that the whole ghost fascination they got in James St. Patrick is that you can't be book smart and street smart. That's a lie. If you really want to be book smart and street smart, all you gotta do is go to school. I literally was a C student on purpose. Literally a C student on purpose. I ain't do my work. I did just enough to get by. In the classes I did do work in, I made straight A's on. When I was in the streets, I was doing my thing. I didn't do what I was doing because I had to do it. I did what I did because I wanted to do it. I like making money. And there was several ways for me to make money. I never sat there and said this is gonna be my main thing I do outside, how to make money. I don't know. I had my hands in different ways to make money. Versus how. And I had a job. And I have a wife. And I had kids I raised. I did everything I was supposed to do as a man, and none of the things I was supposed to do. I wasn't a lawbreaker, but I broke rules. I did what I had to do to take care of me and mine, and I have no problem doing it. What it meant me using my brain or using my strength, whether it was me being outside or me being inside, whether it was me being in a boardroom or me being on the corner, I did what I had to do. I did what I had to do to make sure me and mine were straight. And if that meant helping somebody in a good way or a bad way, I wasn't against helping somebody in a good way or a bad way. And if it meant pissing on somebody to take care of me and mine, I wasn't above it. So you'll never get the moral high ground over here. You'll never get the holier than thou over here. I believe in doing what I have to do to get what the hell I need for me and mine. Call me what you want to call me. And I'll probably tell you you're right. That was one thing my father told me before he passed away, when he looked me in my face and told me, whatever your mama said about me, she wasn't lying. When my daddy told me that shit, I'm going to tell you the same thing my daddy told me. Call me what you want to call me. You probably ain't lying. That's as real as it's going to get. That is as real as it's going to get. But like I said, they want to hedge their bets. Half-ass do shit. Or have a nice little setup so they can continue to do shit, even though they really don't give a fuck, but it's a nice little setup. They lukewarm. They right in the middle. Excuse me. Oh. And by them being like that, that's why relationships are cold. That's why your interaction with everybody is cold. That's why the way you move is cold-hearted. Because you half-ass. You always looking for the bigger, better deal. So you half-ass. And by you being half-ass, you can't warm up to nobody. You can't get to know somebody. You can't open up to somebody. You can't be vulnerable. You can't be vulnerable. And if you can't be vulnerable, you ain't risking nothing. Because options eliminate risk. Options eliminate risk. Options eliminate you being vulnerable. Options eliminate you being warm to somebody, actually caring about somebody. Do you really want to be in that situation? And it's obvious that a lot of us do want to be in these situations because we do it every day. You want to be cold. You want to be cold. You don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want to take a risk. Now, this goes back to what I say about men saying they don't have options. This goes right along in the alley, in your power, in your wheelhouse of you want to be cold-hearted. You can't be vulnerable, and the person you talk to is risky. So if you're cold-hearted, don't want to be vulnerable, and don't want to make a bad decision, why you don't have no options? If you're just moving like that, this for the men that say they don't have options. This is why, if that's why you don't have options, but this is how you want to be as a man. You want to be cold-hearted and stoic and shit like that, but be on these motherfucking panels complaining about a woman don't understand you. You can't open up to a woman because they're gonna take whatever you tell them and turn it on his head and throw it back at you. So you moving exactly like a person with options supposed to move. So how you don't have no options? This is one of the things just my little Memphis, Tennessee, well, my bad, Memphis logic be thinking of is like, if this is how a person with options is moving and this is how you're moving, then either that's not who you really supposed to be, or you got options and you don't like your options. Which one is it? If you're moving according to a person that has options, but you're telling me you don't have options, either you're not that nigga, you're a little tender, you're a little soft in the ass, you're a little emotional, or you got options and you don't like your options. Let me know. Inform me. Let me know. Let me know. I could see that more with the women moving like that, being more cold-hearted and being more tight-knit and not wanting to risk it because these new niggas don't make them feel safe, don't make them feel like a woman and shit like that. I could see them jumping from nigga to nigga to nigga to nigga. I could see them moving like that. They showing me they got options. But for the niggas to sit there and want to be stoic and tight-knit, y'all crashing out more than the women is. So either you're tender in the britches, tender in your britches, little tender dicks, or you got options and you don't like the options. Which one is it? Make it make sense to me. I would like to know. Anyway, excuse me. Hold up. Wait a minute. So anyway, so attraction is not built on just being available. It's built on investment intention. When someone knows you're able to be replaced, they treat you like you're disposable. Attraction does not come from availability. It comes from investment intention. So when somebody knows you can be replaced, they're going to replace you. They're going to treat you like you're replaceable. And when you know somebody can be replaced, you give half effort. You give a half-ass effort. That's what the option is doing for us. There's too many people that's available. Now I said this once before about being an available nigga instead of a rare nigga. I'm gonna say this to the women too. There's a difference between being a person that's always available to a person that's rare. Because when you're available, don't nobody give a damn about you. When you always on somebody's beck and call, every time they call your name, every time they hit your line, every time a notification go off in your phone, through whatever social media, anytime somebody hits you up and you jump when they hit you up, you're available and you worthless. You're available and you worthless. If you one of them cats that can pick up the phone every time Shawty call you, bro, she know your ass ain't got shit going on because you able to pick up the phone every time she call. You have no value. If you a female that pick up the phone every time that nigga call, you have no value. I could treat you how I want to treat you. That's reality, not emotional. I could treat you like shit, or I could treat you like a goddess or a god. But if you jump every time your phone ring and you see my name scroll across the top of the call, and you pick that motherfucker up every time it rings, you're available. How I treat you after I know you're available is all on me. You have no control over that. You have no control over that. If I want to treat you like a piece of shit, I treat you like a piece of shit because you're available for me to do it. If I want to treat you like you're the best thing possible, I would do it because you're available for me to do it. But more times than not, with the society we in now, we got options. So if somebody know you're available, more times than not, they're going to treat you like they want to treat you, disposable. And when you know somebody replaceable, when you know somebody replaceable, you don't even put in enough effort to keep them. Excuse me. Ain't that something? So this is the loop that this creates. Less effort leads to less attraction, which leads to less meaning, which leads to more scrolling. Less effort leads to less attraction, which leads to less meaning, which leads to more scrolling. Half-ass effort means you barely like somebody, which means they barely mean anything to you, which means you keep swiping, you keep scrolling. You keep scrolling. You keep looking. You're looking for something that you want to put some work into. You're looking for something that's attractive to you, that you want to hold tight to your motherfucking heart. And you keep scrolling past people because they don't look a certain type of way. They don't move a certain type of way. They don't act a certain type of way. It's not what you want. I deal with them until something come along that's better. What's the word? Settle. You know, y'all don't like that where we settle. Y'all gotta settle. Most motherfuckers settle. Most motherfuckers don't get the nigga or the female they want. They settle. Make shit happen. And options turn people into commodities. And commodities don't commodities don't inspire devotion. Options turn you into stocks, commodities. And they don't have to be investing into if you don't want to. It'd be crazy because that's one of the things I do. You know, I invest in stocks and shit like that. I'm a long-term investor. You don't have to invest in the stock market. You don't have to. It's not mandatory. It's not something you have to do. That's something you want to do. It's better. I'll put it like this. It's probably better than gambling on lottery tickets and going to the casino, even though the stock market crash every day. It goes up and down every day. But I can invest in one stock. I get some money I put to the side, invest in the stock market, and just sit there. One time. I ain't gotta go to the store every day and spend $5, $10, $15, $20 on scratch off tickets and shit like that, trying to win a jackpot. I ain't gotta ride to Mississippi or Arkansas to go play the slot machines or the roulette table, try to come up with nothing like that. I can just stick a couple of dollars into a brokerage account, invest in some ETFs or some shit like that, and just watch my money go up and down. Once a month, I do that. And just watch it go up and down. Right now, I'm up. Last week, I was down. This week, I'm up. But you don't have to invest in the stock market. It ain't nothing but a bunch of businesses that went public. They're looking for money. And, you know, you invest in them, whether it's because you're trying to get a dividend, you just believe in the company, whatever the case may be. I should have invested in NVIDIA when NVIDIA was at a low number. Someone told me to do it. I said, I wasn't fully on board with AI at the point in time. And then NVIDIA is making moves, but NVIDIA is also one of the problems we have with the AI bubble. Yeah, so that's another story for another day. But options turn people into stocks. And I like I said, I wrote a book about women, looking at women like stocks. When you have options, you don't have to pick the chaotic stock. You don't have to pick the crypto if you can afford the better stocks. You only get the crypto and the penny stocks when you dabble with them when you fresh to the game. You got a couple of dollars here and there. You just want to get started. You might invest in a penny stock, some meme coin or whatever the case may be, just to get your foot wet to see how the shit operate. But that's not where your bread come in at in the stock market. I got some crypto that I throw a little chump change in there from now and then just to see what it's gonna do. Nothing major. It's not the main part of my portfolio. It's just I had a few dollars to throw in there. Have at it. If it blow up, it blow up. If it don't blow up, it ain't like I'm hurting. It ain't like it was the majority of my portfolio. So when I wrote that book, comparing women to stocks, that's what I said is like majority of men invest in bad commodities, the chaotic stocks. They look good, but ain't worth the investment. Ain't worth the investment. And what be so crazy is that you'll get the chaotic chick and try to get that chick to be wifey when she has no intentions on being tied down. She for the streets. And she ain't got a problem showing you she for the streets. So why in the hell you want to tie down a chaotic company that's chaotic? Would you invest in a company that's full of shit? Or will you invest in the company just because it look good? I wrote that book not too long ago. I didn't publish it. I don't know. I be bullshitting a lot. Y'all have to forgive me. I be bullshitting a lot. But I'm getting it right. So again, options turn people into commodities, and commodities, stocks don't need investments if you don't want to invest. If you're not devoted to that company, if you're not devoted to that person, you're not going to invest in them. If you don't see yourself hanging around with this person for the long ride, you're not going to invest in them. All you're going to do is wait for something to happen so you can pull out and go somewhere else and repeat the process over and over again. That's where we at as humans in this world. That's where we at. A whole bunch of options, no love. And see, people think being committed is a trap. People think being committed, you can't do nothing else. You stuck. You locked up. You cuffed. You a ball and chain there. You feel what I'm saying? You can't do nothing else. But being non-committal is also a trap. I'm going to say that again. Being commitment in some people's eyes is a trap. I've heard so many guys over the past couple of years that saying men that married are simps because we're married. We made a commitment. We're stuck. We're trapped. We don't know nothing. But what's funny is the niggas that ain't married having more problems than niggas that is married. Not to say married men don't have problems. We do. We have problems just like the single men have problems. So therefore, if I'm in the trap, you in the trap too. If the women in the trap being wives, then the single women in the trap too. Ain't that something? And the reason why the single people, that's the non-committal people are trapped, you're paying with shallow bonds. You ain't attaching to nobody. And if you is, it's barely on the surface. It ain't deep. You barely bonding with people. You're constant second guessing. Again, with that restaurant shit. You pick the restaurant, and now you pick the restaurant, and you mad because you picked this restaurant and you wanted the other restaurant. But let's say if you went and got the crab legs instead of the hibachi, and the crab leg wasn't right. Then you'll be sitting up in the seafood restaurant with a bag of crab boil, and the shit ain't right, the spice ain't right, they ain't put your eggs in the sausage or whatever the case may be. They ain't do your shit right. You sitting up there looking sad in the face, talking about I should have went to hibachi. But you went to hibachi, and the hibachi didn't do you right. I should have went and got me some crab legs. I should have went and got a seafood boil. Second guessing shit. Excuse me. So you got second guessing, you got fake bonds, shallow bonds, and you got emotional numbness. Let me tell y'all something about the dating market. With this emotional numbness shit, the market is not emotional. The market is not emotional. The market is not moral. There's no morals. There's no emotions. There's no logic. It's economical, financial. I'm telling y'all what I know. It's attraction. It's attraction. It may sound a little rough. It might sound a little harsh and all that type of shit, but I'm telling y'all the truth. It's about who's attracted to who. Who got leverage? Who can walk away from the table if things don't go right? Who willing to stay to make things work? It's a whole lot of other shit. Well, y'all thinking it's just emotions and morals and logic. It ain't that. It has something to do with it, but that ain't what this shit is. It's economics, supply and demand. And because we live in a world where you got a bunch of options in there, the supply high. What you want probably be low, but the supply high. There's plenty of women, plenty of men. Now, you talking about you want a wife or husband. Y'all ain't even doing what it takes to find out if Shawty a wife or if this nigga a husband. Because soon as he say something wrong, soon as she do something wrong, you dip. You ain't got time to stay and figure it out. You want to go somewhere else and see could this person do 100% of the shit you want them to do. And see, you want to get committed. You want to get deep with people, but you can't because you always got an exit plan. You always got an exit plan. That's the problem. You can't get deep with somebody because you always looking for a way out if something don't go right. Always looking for a way out. And you can't get fulfilled by choosing everybody or everything. That's called greedy. That's called gluttony. You're trying to eat off everybody's plate. You're trying to eat off everybody's plate. You're trying to go to every restaurant. You're trying to eat up all the food. You're trying to get all the food. You trying to hit the sushi bar. You trying to hit the seafood restaurant. You trying to hit the burger joint. You trying to hit the taco joint. You trying to hit everybody's joint. You trying to get everybody food. Trying to eat off everybody's plate. And never getting filled. The only way you're going to get food if you pick something and you stick with it. The only way you're going to get full if you go pick the restaurant and stay inside the restaurant. Because truth be told, you picked the restaurant because you was hungry. You went inside the restaurant, you found something on the menu you really wanted, or you wanted to try because you saw it on Food Network or saw when the food is, or whatever the case may be, and you saw it and you ordered it. And it came to your table, hot, fresh. You took a bite. And it's something you probably never had before. When you ain't never had something before, it's gonna hit your tongue a certain type of way. And all them spices and shit gotta register inside your brain for you really to enjoy the meal. Now you can sit there and spit this shit out and say, oh, you don't like it, and you get to something I should have went over here, you should have went over there. Or you can sit there and say, you know what? It ain't bad. It ain't nasty. I never had it before, but it ain't nasty. And you'll eat until you get full. Then when you leave the restaurant, then you'll make your judgment whether to come back to that restaurant or not. How you gonna get full if you kind of jumping from restaurant to restaurant to restaurant? How you gonna get full? You want to eat off everybody's plate. And don't even want to eat what's on your plate. Cause what you order don't taste right. So you want to pick off everybody else's shit. Instead of just sitting there eating your food and sticking with it. You pick that guy, you pick that girl. You picked them. For whatever reason, you picked them. And now one thing go wrong in y'all quote unquote relationship, and now you ready to get rid of them because one thing went wrong. And it wasn't even a major thing, it was just something went wrong. Something, a phone call got missed, something got said, or you did something happened that was probably minor, but because we can't be attached to nobody, we can't have emotions for nobody. Something went wrong, minor. And you ready to blow up the whole thing. You ain't, that's one thing I say about sports, especially basketball and football. I be sitting there and watch football, basketball, and they get a new coach in. And when I was growing up, you go hire a new coach on a 5-year deal, 3-year deal. If it's a 3-year deal, you probably give him a year, maybe 2, to see what he's gonna do with the team. If it's a 5-year deal, you give him 3. The first year pop off of a 5-year deal, they don't go to the second round of the playoffs or some shit like that. Oh, we finna fire him. Damn, you fired him after the first year? You fired them after the first year? Because they didn't get to they got to the playoff. Well, we wanted to go to the second round of the playoff. It's a process. It's a process. Bring another coach in and get the same results. And like, we're going to fire him too. Like, damn, you already fired one motherfucker. Now you going to have to fire the second motherfucker because he did the same thing with the first coach did. Maybe it's the motherfucker you got in your organization that ain't playing right. Maybe it's the motherfuckers you giving $30, $40, $50 million a year to that with shit. Maybe that ain't the coach. Then you trade 1 or 2 motherfuckers and they think you know the team actually can play. Oh, it wasn't the coach. It was the motherfucker that were playing. If a motherfucker don't get you where you want to go quick, fast, in the hurry, you quick to replace them. And they might be on the path to get you where you want to go, but you're quick to replace them because you ain't get there fast enough. You ain't get there fast enough. That's tragic. You ready to give up on somebody because they didn't get you where you want to go fast enough. So you go find a better option and probably have the same results. But here's a rule for y'all. Scarcity creates care. Abundance creates detachment. I'm going to say that again. Scarcity, something that's scarce, creates care. You ever seen anybody has a limited edition anything? What they do with that limited edition shoe? They put that motherfucker in the case. What you seen folks with limited edition cards, limited edition cars, comic books. I can't think of what you call a book first run. It's limited editions that they put in safe spaces. I like collecting basketball cards. You know what happens when I get the same card over and over again? It ain't shit. I got it the first time, I get it 2-3 more times out of a pack. The mother cards, I already got one of them. If I get more than one of them, then it's so many of these cards out there, that card ain't worth shit. But if I get a card that's rare, And I go look it up in wherever, I don't even know. Cause back in the day when I was a little nigga, I used to have the Beckett magazine when I was collecting baseball cards, and I could tell you what the price of a card was at that point in time. I don't do it. I don't have that. I could research it if I feel like it. Put it like that. But if I got a certain card that I can go look it up and say, oh, that card worth something, because it ain't that many of them available. I don't give a fuck about the card that I know about 3-4 of them in the pack of the same player. I don't give a fuck about that card. That card ain't worth shit. It's a long run of them cards. I don't give a damn about that nigga. That card ain't worth shit. That card right there, it ain't that many of them cards in production. That card worth something. That card worth something. That card worth something. That's what that is right there. That's the rule. If it's rare, I take care of it. If it's a lot of them, I don't care about them. So that's the rule. And that applies in business. That applies in relationships. That applies in leadership. That implies in who you are as a person. Identity. Who you are and what you identify with. If that person is rare, you're going to do everything in your power to take care of that person. But if there's a bunch of them people around, guess what? You don't give a damn. That go for men and women. If there's a bunch of them females around, bro, you really don't care about them females because they're replaceable. But when you find the one that's the one, you treat her right. And same with the females. If y'all find a dude that match damn to everything you want, why you gonna treat him like shit? Because that nigga's hard to find. You gonna be dealing with a bunch of dusty, crusty, rusty ass niggas over and over again, and the one that was actually worth it something, you treat him like shit. When it comes down to business, when it comes down to jobs, when you find the job that fits everything you want, why you gonna bullshit with that job? Don't make sense. Because the bullshit jobs that's always available, they always available. High turnover rate. You can go to that job anytime that motherfucker that they always hiring. The job you want, the job you work hard for, that was right there, you got it. Why you gonna piss it off? Why you gonna piss it away? It's rare. Again, with the coaching analogy, if you got a great coach, you got a great leader, why you gonna get rid of a great leader? Why you wouldn't follow a great leader? What is for good purposes or bad purposes? Why would you not follow a great leader? They don't come around that often. Bad leaders are always available. Bad leaders are always on the market. And when it comes down to identity, why would you get rid of somebody that moves just like you to get somebody that moves nothing like you? Why would you be associated with people that don't move like you move instead of getting around people that move like you move, that think like you think? Now, if you're around a bunch of knuckleheads, you might be a knucklehead. I just said this not too long ago. If you, young lady, is around a bunch of thoughts, you might have some thottish tendencies. If you're not a thought, why you hanging around thoughts? When they say the good ones came too close to the bad ones, if you're not a bad one, why you like hanging around the bad ones? It's something that they got that you want, and you're not telling me. The same with the niggas hanging around with the thugs and knuckleheads. And you supposed to be a stand-up guy. Why are you hanging around with the worst of the worst? Either you one of them, they got something you want, so you hang around them. You ain't gonna tell me because now I have to go and classify you as one of the birds that's flying with them. Y'all share the same feathers. Instead of getting with people that move like you move and think like you think, you want to get with people that you say that you're totally different from, but them your best buddies. Let me know something. That lets me know something. Cause when I was coming up as a young nigga, man, I had my clique. It was versatile. I had athletes in my clique. I had smart niggas in my clique. I had knuckleheads in my clique. That's probably why I could see shit from all different angles and shit like that. Cause they were my partners. If I felt like going over my nigga house to go play video games all day, I did this shit. If I felt like hanging out on the corner, smoking blunts and getting drunk, I would do that. If I went to go swim with my niggas all day, I went swimming or playing football or playing basketball. If I wanted to go get fresh and go to the mall or go to the movies, I went and did that shit. I was very, very versatile in how I moved as a young nigga. That's why it was kind of hard for people to just sit there and put me in one box, because they were like, I put him over here, but then the minute I put him over there, he do something else. That's why it was hard for my mama to sit there and say, at one point in time, my mama said I was one of the sweetest boys in the world. That was her belief, that her son, her oldest son, was a good boy. Until I started doing dumb shit. And then she went from saying, he's a nice young man, so I don't put shit past that nigga. It ain't no telling what that nigga would do. Anytime that lady sit there and say, I know my son will protect me, and then the next breath would say, if he had a chance, my son would sell me. I'm just telling y'all the motherfucking truth. I'm just telling y'all the motherfucking truth. That's all this shit is. You're trying to associate with motherfucker that move nothing like you, so you could be one of them. And then you become one of them, and now you don't like the lifestyle or whatever the case may be. Now you want to go back. Now people look at you crazy because, like, you one of them. Now you want to get back on the good side. They're not going to bring you back once you went over there to the dark side. That's crazy. And let me tell y'all something. The most attractive people are not the ones with all the options. They are the ones that can sit there, make a good decision, and invest in that decision. This was something I learned over life. This wasn't something I just picked up off YouTube or no shit like that. This was something I actually had to pick up in life, real life. When I went from jumping from female to female to female, and finally got with a woman that became my wife, it looked better. It looked better. Now, it ain't perfect. I'll be the first married nigga to tell you it ain't perfect. It ain't perfect. But it did make me look better. It do make me look better as a married man. Instead of a nigga that's 46 jumping from female to female to female. Now you're going to say, well, bro, you too old to be doing what you're doing. Think about that. A lot of these cats be sitting up talking about they going to settle down when they 40, 50 years old. I'm like, nigga, I'm damn near, I'm 46. Nigga, I'm settled down with grandkids. You my age and you still talking about finding the one for you? And you my age? But you got baby mamas and kids in their 20s and shit like that. Cardi looking for a junk the same age as your son. That really look good to you? They really look good to you? I guess I don't know. I guess it look good. So, truth be told, power ain't in the options. Power ain't in the options. Power is in the focus. Instead of thinking you big shit pop because you got a roster or you could be on whatever the case may be, instead of you thinking you got all the power in the world because you got a roster, a more powerful dude that got focus is more attractive than the nigga that fucking everything. This is something I had to learn. It look good when you can fuck a lot of females. It look good. And it only look good to niggas that's thirsty. It only look good to niggas that's thirsty. I'm only bragging to the niggas that want to fuck like that. That's who these freaky tales are for niggas that can't get it. They have to live through a nigga like me that's been smashing females since he was 12. And then I had to look back and say, bro, that don't make me the nigga because I've been fucking since I was 12. What make me the nigga is being with one woman and actually trying to make this shit work. And like I said, it's not perfect. It's ups and downs in the marriage. It's ups and downs in any relationships. It's ups and downs in any business. It's ups and downs in anything you do. And the minute you hit a downturn, you want to quit and try to find something better. What's gonna happen when that go wrong? All you're gonna do is quit. And you're gonna keep quitting, you're gonna keep quitting, you're gonna keep quitting. Because there's always somebody or something around the corner that's gonna accept you quitting. And then when you finally get tired of quitting, and you finally find somebody or something that you really like, and they tired of you, they quit on you, how you gonna feel? You jumped out the window every time the house caught on fire, even though it was a small little grease fire. All you had to do was put some flour on that shit. Hope you got a fire extinguisher in the kitchen. Every time something minor happened, you ready to jump out the window. You ready to run out the door and run into somebody else's house, run into somebody else's arms over something minor. Then get over there and something minor happened over there. You ready to run again. You're a runner, a track star. And shit ain't even getting hard. It's just something that made you uncomfortable. And the minute you stop running and you finally found somewhere where you wanted to be at, somebody you really want to be with, you comfortable, you like the place, you like the person, whatever the case may be, then they quit on you because you did something they didn't like. They run on you. And there ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, is it? Yep. So I said all that to say this, and I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate though they came through. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Quit thinking you got all the options in the world. One thing that the world ain't gonna tell you, that your options gonna run out on both sides. Your options gonna run out when it comes to dealing with relationships. Your options can run out when it comes down to jobs. You see that now with automation. It looked like you got all the options in the world at one point in time, but when you really face reality, when you really look yourself in the mirror and you look out in that world, this ain't The Sims. Your options ain't that big. So make a choice. Either try to find somebody or something that you really dedicated to, that you really want to put your all into it and make it work. Or option B, just jump from spot to spot to spot till you get tired of jumping and hope that the person or place you land on don't let you go. It ain't emotional. It ain't me being mad and sad or bad or angry at people that shouldn't be telling the truth. How you act in one part of life is how you act in all parts of life. Either you dedicated or you ain't. If you ain't dedicated, you can't spend your whole life dodging and then finally get tired of dodging and then they leave you out to dry. Now you mad at the world. But karma a bitch. Just make sure that bitch is beautiful. Anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all good people. I will see y'all later.
All work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Don't fly too close to the sun, your body chopped up by propellers. Came in arrogant, but left out in a stretcher. Fuck the comparison, y'all know y'all couldn't replicate it. Chilling in the desert, I'm good under pressure.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we bout.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking about. All work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Quick to sever, however, whoever. Raining from above, we shooting down through your umbrella. Ay, getting fed up, nothing you could tell us. Snapping every shot I take, just wait till it develops.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we bout.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking
Stick
about.
around when we hold it down, look at what we found. From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown